I've been singing that fast life living, fast life living, fast life living, fast life living, alright. Do you really think the sunrise can burn out eyes, turn down smiles, dry up nows? What's worthwhile? We too wild, Earth still too child. Miles and miles, we tried the trials, fight the vows, in denial, valid vows, filled with only God know hows. I recognize me and my guys got work still needed done. Identify
you getting good with the fade outs.
I'm trying to let y'all know I'm here, man.
Yes.
I feel like when I listen to this, bro, I gotta pinky up. Pinky all the way up there.
Fast life living.
Fast
by
Life
Chi,
Living.
but we gonna get to the guest soon.
Produced
we gonna
by
get to
who? Piranha?
Oh my God, I can't
My
stand
brother Piranha.
Brady, bro.
That's what I mean. That's important. The white boy. Yeah. I got you, bro. It's important. It's important. He's
Produced
important.
by Prana.
triple salute.
This is your host and your favorite multifaceted black girl, Alexandra Alexis. I'm here with some new Naga.
Naga was good.
SOS Brady.
Yeah, it was good.
Behind the camera, you know we got the one and only Tadito.
Toddy Glizzy King.
And of course, we got our beautiful guest to the left of me. She in the building.
What's up, y'all? Omaha, stand up. What's
Yes,
good?
Omaha, stand
Omaha,
up.
bro.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha, we gonna get in there. Omaha, bro.
Yes, but our opening
Let's go.
song was Fast Life Livin', produced by Prana, by the one and only Chi right here. Where can they find you? Where can they find this? Oh, this song's not even out yet. We got a
That song's not out. That was an exclusive play, but you can find me at www.onlypeace.us. As in us.
100%.
Love that. Love that.
Y'all already, man.
How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? How's everybody doing?
I'm chilling. I'm good. I had a good day. You know, I've had a good week thus far, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Okay.
Working, you know. As long as I'm working, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
what I'm talking about, bro.
How you doing, Brady?
I'm doing all right. You know, we doing okay. I'm trying to get a new job, so you know we out here sending out resumes more
Yo, you
than
better
like,
stop before they see
I
this.
sent out 100. You know, I sent out 100.
you're not on the new one right now. The old one, you done with that?
Oh
Like,
nah, it's a wrap.
I
was
hear,
last
I
year.
hear it in his
Move on.
voice. He's
Yes,
done.
sir.
Yeah, right. He's
done.
just a rap.
He's
Yes,
done.
sir.
Okay, he's making a
It's
public
over.
declaration right now.
It's over, bro.
Bet.
Yeah, I had the best of me. Now I'm giving you the worst of me. I'm out of there, bro. That's it.
Omaha.
Omaha.
What's up?
Yes.
How you feeling? How you doing?
No, I feel great.
You feeling
know what
great?
I'm saying?
Yo, let's tell everybody who's watching right now real quick how we met Chi and the dope experience we had with him. Where were we? We were in the city, right?
Manhattan, yeah.
We was in Manhattan.
We was going to.
Chinatown.
It was somewhere.
We were
got
leaving
food somewhere?
Uptown Drive.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
leaving. We was getting food. I think we was getting food,
Mm-hmm.
and you walked a little bit. You was a little bit ahead of us, and it was me, Black, and Lucid at the time, and you.
Mm-hmm.
We was all there, and I don't know. We just started rapping. Like for whatever reason, we was rapping, and we was rapping in front of this store, and she comes out and just throws on the beat.
Yeah.
We ain't never met this dude before.
But his energy, like he
Bro,
came
but
back,
he just-
his energy was amazing. Like he came out, he was like, "Yo, this is where the music resides." He's like, "Yo, what's going on?"
We even have a snippet. We have a snippet on IG and shit. But it's crazy.
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
we
just,
do have that snippet. I mean, it's not on IG anymore. We probably
Yeah, we probably took it off, but
we do.
Yeah, he just came through
We
the
gotta get
beat
that
on.
to
We just
Jackson
started
time.
rapping, and the vibes was just crazy, and
Let's
it was
go.
just dope. And then you know, I only met him really like twice, but it's like I feel like I met him a couple times.
For
you
real,
know
I
what
feel
I'm
like I
saying?
already
That's
know
how
you,
you
for
know.
real.
That's how you know the vibe is serious. So we was just like, yo, pull up, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Happy to have you, dog. We gonna get into Omaha. Set. Yo, I'm gonna be in Omaha.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
Then you know, Peyton
yeah,
did it.
that's a Peyton.
Yeah,
you know how that
he
goes
put it on the
in.
map.
He put it on the map. On that Omaha.
So
you
Chi,
know?
right now you reside in Brooklyn, but you're originally from Omaha, Nebraska. Talk to us a little bit about what got you to the big city, the Big Apple.
Yeah, so real quick, I kind of want to touch on real quick, which I was talking about with the first time I met y'all. Yo, I literally, it was really y'all light, and then once I saw it, and I got to see, like, you know, I come from Omaha, y'all know about it, and it was just amazing to be like, yo, I'm in New York now, and to see, like, you know, this cipher happen. It was the first cipher I was able to see.
That's
And so
dope.
the fact that it was
so
y'all,
is
you know what I'm
that-
saying?
And
Yeah, it's meant to
we
be.
wasn't even living in
It's
the
meant to
city at
be.
the time, and it's just
Nah.
so crazy how that all connected. But I remember, yo, I will never forget your energy too. Like it was like light meeting light. Like it was just like, holy shit! Like it felt so good. And you know, you're not from New York, but we're from New York, and just the energy sometimes you get met with in New York is not always so nice. Sure. So when you do meet people that are like creative and that will come outside, because you know sometimes you'll have them New Yorkers who are mad bougie. Like even if they did see that, they'll be like, niggas, what y'all doing? You know what I mean? Right. But the fact to see you come out there and like, I knew you wasn't from here. I was like, he can't be from here.
He's too happy.
He's too light.
Yo, they still been saying like, you know, when you gonna get all depressed and stuff, you know, but
when you gonna get gritty.
You know,
it was cool. I was able to blend because everybody got depressed at the same time. So I was like, you know, okay,
I just remember seeing the video because they took it on the camera and just seeing the video because they were gone for mad long because we were all at the spot. We're like, yo, where is everybody?
That was
like,
tight. He was like, what?
Yo, where everybody go? I was like, yo, where was I? I just see that got 8 videos of y'all, and then I was like, I miss the side. Yeah, but that's cool,
you
bro.
was spitting really.
Yeah.
You barred up too. It was on camera, so it worked out.
Yes, sir.
You kept your reputation.
Yes,
and
sir.
Yeah,
and bro, the key to Trey's heart. If you want to see Trey smile, just put on a beat.
or hand him a Frank.
Or him.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do
Nah,
that.
you don't
Frank
need
or a
Frank.
beat, bro.
Cigars?
Nah. You talking about some other shit.
No, bro.
So yo, real quick, tell us a little bit about Omaha. Like, what's the significance of that?
Wow. So again, like, I'm born right down the street from Malcolm X. That's like the biggest, like.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Like, I don't know if, like, when y'all go there, like, it's definitely, you'll feel the energy and the vibe just within the people, especially on the north side, with the pride, with the just
resilience, probably. The
authenticity and that country vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like being in New York, I never knew how country I was. You know what I'm talking about? So like, really, like, we do have like that Midwest, but there's a lot of Southern.
So even that, what you just said, know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even that, like,
I'm gonna be real though, like. Yeah, no, we Southern, like Omaha, like there's a lot of Southern slang there. Definitely, I can't even cap. So
No, I bet I know one nigga from Omaha, and he's here. So this
who is
isn't
it though? Because
you,
probably...
bro. He's here, bro. I know one nigga in Omaha, bro. So
because people would be like, and I know we spoke about this prior to actually airing, but yeah, it was good, Jones. We spoke about this prior, but it's like. People playing Omaha, like trying to play it. Why shouldn't they play that? Like, why is it? You feel me? Like, why is that so? Like, that's why. Why is it significant? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yo, the reason why it's significant is because there is literally a whole. And this is the thing. If anybody here is like listening to this, is like an A&R, Jay-Z, you hearing this, dead ass. We can cuss, right?
Yeah.
Shit. So like dead ass. Omaha has gems, like so many creatives that are like out of this world. Now I will drop one name that is like literally, y'all, like one of my favorite artists when it comes to like being pitch perfect and just having like so much soul. And her name is Edom.
Adam.
Adam.
Oh yeah, you got
Adam Soul Music.
I gotta check out.
You know, shout out to like Misan Jinx, and then like, you know what I'm saying, you got like both. They like crazy. You got Conscious, Prana is another one. You got D.O. Dion, Lewis Lee. You got That's Chance. You got
so there's
all
music.
There's
There's
music
music
so
out
many,
there.
so many. I go all day.
Is that where? Because you produce your own.
And we got Chi. We got Chi
You
too.
produce your own.
And so
right?
there's like, that's the thing about Omaha is that it's a certain type of artist too. It's usually an artist that's real big into the DIY scene, you know, so they're doing all of it by themselves from the top to bottom, you know, because like we really don't have that luxury of resources like we do in New York.
So we take that for granted. Like J. Cole said, I came up here to take advantage what y'all take for granted. Like I forgot what song he said that on, but
that's wild because I connect with that right now heavily. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, phew, don't nobody really go out of Omaha like that. And one of my old heads, one of the dudes who actually produced To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm on that.
Yeah, yes sir. I was already coming for you, bro.
One of the dudes who like mainly produced To Pimp a Butterfly, one of the most genius producers of our time. His name is Terrence Martin, and his dad, Terrence Martin, is from Omaha, Nebraska, and he's up there. He's one of the OGs, and so like, he's one of my biggest mentors. And so when he told me the only way you gonna make it to the dreams that you think you want in this life with music, you know, if by the way when you get there you still think you want it, is if you leave. You have to leave to experience any of this.
Yep.
100%.
And so, and to make sure that you like it too when you get there, because this shit is
not
what all
easy. It's not easy, man. It's not as beautiful. I mean, it's not all butterflies and like New York is gritty, man. Like it's real gritty. But you've been here for how long? 2 years?
Yeah, it's been about 2 years.
What have you learned? I know, with the pandemic. It kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say ruin some plans because everything happens for a reason and it's all divine timing. But I know it probably got in the way of certain things. But what have you been experiencing? What have you been learning? What's been going on?
I think like the most beautiful part about it is like just becoming a human being and really, I should say, becoming a man. Getting more into my manhood, and just as I'm becoming more of a human being and realizing my mind, excuse me, and my interaction with the universe and time, duration, and just to see like where my goals were, where they are now, and just growth, and just to see like that process of being a human is what I feel like I've learned. Is I'm really on this journey as a human being. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else is one too.
Yeah.
So I have a question. You said interactions. Since now we're speaking about interactions, what's the interactions like with the women, bro? What's good with the bitches, bro?
Oh my God.
What's the interaction with the bitches, bro? We talk about interactions. Let's interact.
Wait, real quick.
Not real quick. Alex, ask my question, Alex. That's the problem with the host, bro. She always interrupting me. She's always interrupting me.
Nah. Let me go off that real quick because when we were in the car,
You gonna get me in trouble, bro.
When we were in the car, you played a song for me and Trey. It was Brown Skin, Brown Eyes.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought of when you played that track was he's from a small town. He probably got a small bitty back there who's brown skin, brown eyes, waiting for Chi to get that chicken, waiting for Chi to come back and save her. And I just thought of a whole country love story. Like I was literally in the car, just like, oh my God, does he have a brown skinned girl in Omaha waiting for him?
Look, you don't gotta answer that. All I'm saying is, bro, what? So let's get into the interactions. All right.
Oh my God.
So what is it? Women, who do you prefer? Omaha, your Omaha bred, or the New York talent? What do we got going on? Because New York's got a lot of we got a lot of first round picks out here, bro.
I will
I
say,
feel like there's nothing like a country girl back home.
Coming to New York was very overwhelming. It was extremely overwhelming, especially like coming from Omaha. Everybody's looking at each other because you're so small.
Everybody knows everybody.
So if you felt like wearing your bright Sunday shoes that day, everybody gonna look at you. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Oh,
who
this
you
nigga got on it.
You know?
Yeah.
So when you go to New York, it's like a fashion show everywhere, right? And so at first, for me, like especially like when the first time I came out here, I was just like, straight from Omaha, Nebraska, bro.
Yeah,
straight
like,
from 24th and Lake, y'all know it. So I'm straight from the hood, like yo. And then I pull up, and it's like Beyonce's everywhere. But
Beyonce.
It's way better. No, New York is. I went to LA
Kelly's.
too. I went out to LA and like the vibe is cool, but
you focused on bigger and better things.
But I be focused on the bread. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I still keep my eyes open and
you got to keep your eyes open because
New York,
we can't walk around. We
like
can't walk around with our eyes closed because then we hit shit. You know what I mean? You gotta always keep
nothing
your eyes
is like
open,
New
bro.
York. Nothing is like
somebody
New York.
out of Omaha is Malcolm X. So talk to us a little bit about just like how was it growing up in Omaha, Nebraska? Like I hear Nebraska and all I think is racist. Like racism, racism. Like racism, white hicks and people that just don't like us. It's like tell us a little bit.
You're really not far off. And so the crazy thing that's happening right now, so like the first day of the George Floyd protest, there was a peaceful protest in Omaha, Nebraska. Excuse me. And there was a peaceful protest, the first day of the peaceful protest. By the way, everybody know each other, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. First day of the peaceful protest downtown, young man gets shot by a business owner in downtown. Again, everybody knows everybody.
At a peaceful protest?
At a peaceful protest. First day of George Floyd. So like here the tone was like, there was like protests in Brooklyn, there was some shit in Harlem.
Hot.
Times, it was getting weird. And then so that day, that literally already Omaha, I could go down a list of things I've even been involved in and like, huge things like with homies getting shot by police and homies being shot, and just, you know, even the black on black there is different than the black on black here. And so it's like, you know, everything is just so wild there and intensified because it's so minimalized. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like this small group that's been segregated into their little corners, and you got to deal with your drama with your peoples over there. But it spills over because it is, again, such a small city. So when that redneck vibe gets over into that North Omaha, it's...
You feel like, do you feel like the racism is worse down there or up here?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. I really do think the racism there is just more simple than it is here.
It's not as intricate as
it's intricate here. Like the thing here is like if you racist, it's hard to be racist. I feel like it would be hard for a racist to be racist in New York because there's just so
not 100%.
The melting pot. I see what you're saying.
It's insane. You don't even know who the fuck they are because that person's that stupid.
They hidden behind by things, you know, by systems, by institutions, 100%. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is hidden behind. You don't really get to see that in your face. The first time I got called the N-word was when I was in Tennessee, where I was with my homie, Zach, and we was coming out the movie theater just chilling. Somebody just walked up on us like, niggas. And I mean, I'm like, whatever, I don't really care. But Zach, that nigga was wild. He was ready to stab this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's the first time that I ever experienced that. You know, I know a lot of white people probably thought about that about me in New York, but to get it like in my face like that, that's what it was.
Because in New York, I feel like it's a little different because you don't know what black person you're encountering. You know what I mean? Like in New York, you might disrespect somebody, and that could be somebody huge. Like we've seen that with that Soho Karen. Like she didn't even realize that was a jazz singer's son, and it became the biggest thing ever. You know what I mean? Whereas in Omaha, Nebraska, it's a small ass town. You know where these black people are from. You know what they do. You know what I mean? And it's like it's way more in your face. I could definitely see that.
That's a fact. And New York is also extremely liberal, you know what I mean? So it's like that's the energy. So I feel like a lot of, like you said, where I can understand how the racism in Omaha would be more simple, because I feel like over here you have to be intricate because the consensus is like, you know, don't be racist and but you know, so they go out of like like straight in your face and they try to be sneaky with it, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I could definitely
it's way more sneaky here. It's way more, if you will, professional here. Passive aggressive here.
Very passive aggressive.
Very, very.
So I have a question. So like you're talking about all your experiences, you know, with, you know, racism back in Omaha, and you know, with your homies, even the black on black, the racism, everything. And it seems like you found a way to separate yourself. You know what I mean? You were able to, you know, you still experience those things, but you found a way to, you know, come above that. Like, and who do you really like thank for that? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel you on that one. Really, I definitely have a lot of people to thank. Immediately, the first name that really popped into my head was Joanna LaFleur. She was one of the first people. She's an organizer back in Omaha. She works with like the Malcolm X Foundation, which, by the way, there's a Malcolm X Foundation that's there. That's another gem in the city. It has a black-owned radio station there as well.
That's fine.
And so they really, like, she
That's
reached
dope.
out to me when she was, you know, working for the white man low key at this art facility, which has this whole history of this crazy political argument that was public and reached the news. Anyway, she worked with them once, and when she was working there, she reached out to me at one of my lowest points in life and really saw me when I was posting to like Instagram and Facebook, these little like graphic designs. And at the time, like, you know, I was really right there on the fence, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was really right there. You know what I'm saying? It could have really went one way. And she really reached out, perfect timing, and still possibly a little too late, if you will, but God's timing, you know. And so she reached out and like funded me this show. I threw a festival. Essentially, she put a team around me to be able to get these ideas out.
Gotcha.
And the sky was the limit. You know, I had some funding. When she did that, that shit changed my life. And so that was like one of the first people that really helped me. But also, I had homies in the streets that saw my light, if you will, and that was just like, you know, this ain't.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You know, it's really just like.
Yeah.
Divine timing, man.
I had certain homies who were like, you know, dark. I had some of them who were like older and beyond their years, and were like, yo, you shouldn't even be out here, homie. Like, I can already feel it. You supposed to be the artist, you know? Like, you're not supposed to be. And so that's really how that happened.
That's dope. Like living in Rockland, this town, I'm Haitian, so I grew up around a lot of fellow Haitians, a lot of Caribbeans. And it wasn't until I got older, I visited New Orleans, I visited Washington, D.C. Like, I visited a lot of these smaller cities that are heavily Black influenced. And it wasn't until I got older that I really started to connect to the Black side. Like, because I've always been Black, but I never looked at myself as Black. I've always looked at myself as Caribbean. Like, because the Caribbean struggle and the Black struggle is so completely different.
100%.
But so the same at the same time, you know? But it's like when I started visiting these little cities and I started hearing the stories and just being involved in different community projects, like you really do see the beauty of small towns because of how close everybody is, the networking, like how somebody could reach out to you and say, you know, I see something in you. Let's do something about that, you know? And it's like, I really love that. That's why when I found out you were from Omaha, I was like, yo, we got to talk about this because I think that's so dope. Like people might look and be like, what the fuck is Nebraska? And I'm just like, nah, that's dope. Like fuck a big city, New York. Like tell me what you do in Omaha. That's so dope. That's so dope.
So like, I want to know, so where do you, because there's a lot going on, you know, with, you know, fighting social injustice and, you know, seeking change and, you know, criminal justice reform and all this type of stuff. Where do you think your artistry lies in this whole fight? You know
right now is just like using the artistry as like a networking tool to be able to get into other communities like my own, to connect with other community leaders like my own, and really just to use it as a networking tool to be able to get everybody together, recognizing, knowing who we are, and then educating and going through the process of building the steps up. But I was blessed last year to be able to speak with Bobby Seale. And that
you told me about that. You told me about that. I remember you told me about that. Yeah.
And for those who don't know who Bobby Seale is,
know about
Huey Newton and Bobby Seale were the two founders of the Black Panther Party. And so to be able to share words with that brother and be able to tell him who I was and who I am. And
you told me that after I did the Martyr Status joint, and I mentioned the Bobby Seale. And I remember you mentioned that.
It's even a blessing he's still here with us. Like that's crazy.
Question: so do you feel like, and this is one of our topics, but I want to ask you, like, do you feel like there's a way to not get ourselves indicted in these lyrics? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know a lot of these artists right now are facing this. YFN Lucci literally just caught like, what do you call, like 3 cases or some shit like that off of like attempted some shit, some crazy shit.
So crazy.
Is there a way for us not to be indicted off of the music? You know what I'm saying?
The only way that could happen is if we change the culture about what we talking about. But it's so amazing to be able to talk about what you had to go through, especially when you ain't got nobody else to talk to about it. Especially when you also still trying to put stripes on your jacket, especially when you still just trying to make $1, you know, especially when what is life? Motherfucker, don't nobody know what nobody understand. You know what I'm saying?
And niggas say, ain't nobody know about this shit, though.
So niggas is really just like, you know, out here expressing themselves as best as they can. You know, it's like, as a child, you really don't get too many options to express things. You know, you just like, and especially when you're in an environment where you might want to express your ways. As a lawyer, you might want to express your ways as this and that, but people might be like, "That's weird.
That's
nigga,
weird.
You
You said before we brought up that topic, you said you had a situation that was similar to that. Can you talk about that or no?
Like to
that indictment thing. You said.
Oh yeah, bro. So long story short, yo, that's another thing that's crazy about these words and the things that we saying. They're really spells. You know what I'm saying? They're like 100%. They're a sense of spells, and so like when you saying it, like you almost indict yourself spiritually, even if it doesn't happen lawfully. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's the XXXTentacion Tupac syndrome. You know what I'm saying?
Words are powerful.
I just think in general though, like I don't think that there's a way for us to avoid that as long as we're still brown people that are majority of the ones putting this shit out, because as you see in the media, as you see right now, the blatant contradiction. You know what I mean? YFN Lucci caught 3 cases off of a song that he's trying to give to the world, and you could have 30,000 white people storm the U.S. Capitol and they let them go home.
Yeah,
it's
just ingrained in the culture.
It's ingrained in the culture. It's like, I think as long as we are the #1 genre, as long as, you know, we are the forefront of music, we will always have that target.
My question, I think it's even deeper than that, though.
Forefront of humanity.
Exactly.
Forefront of humanity.
Yeah.
But my question is though, how much longer are we gonna stay at the forefront?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Forever.
Okay.
Because
Because we are
been there.
the-
That's
yeah.
the short answer.
Okay. Yeah. I was waiting for you to elaborate. So I was like, yeah,
It's permanent.
It's
permanent.
deep.
It's
It's
been
so
there.
deep because it even goes down to just the trauma, like everything that we have endured in this. Like to your point, how you were saying, these are experiences. Like we haven't even been able to talk about it, so this is the only way for us to get it out. And it's just like, why do we always got why it just sucks that we always have this trauma. Like we love this black music because we feel it and we understand it and we resonate with it, but it's like, damn, is there ever going to be a generation that doesn't have to resonate with this? Like is there ever going to be a generation of black people, that black kids that don't resonate with pain, with trauma, with hurt? Like
100%. I feel like, but like energy. The funny thing about energy, it's never, it doesn't really go away.
Transfers.
It transfers.
It doesn't die.
You know what
It
I'm
doesn't-
saying? So I think that yes, there will be a generation that doesn't experience that, but I feel like they will transfer that energy to something else. We will always.
We're talking about the music, right? We're talking about the music, or what are we talking about?
We're talking about as far as like we're talking about music and the trauma of like, because we're talking about music and how we resonate with the trauma. And she's asking, is there ever a time that, as a generation, will we not be experiencing that trauma? And I was like, maybe not, but it's because we're giving up something else. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
We're giving up something else for it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it'll always be that. Until, and I always say the worst thing that happened to the black community was segregation. Because I feel like we need to be in a position where, we're worrying about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you notice we were.
No, you
we
mean
were
integration.
Integration.
I see what you meant.
Yeah,
I see what you meant.
integration.
Pause.
I got
Thank
confused. I was
you.
hella
Yeah,
confused.
I was like,
I
segregation
know
was the
what
worst
what I'm
thing.
saying was the worst thing that happened for
Integration.
black people was integration,
Yeah.
because I feel like we spent a lot of time, going backwards, if anything, trying to adjust to their agenda, to what we thought
What
was
they
okay.
call-
You want some
to
Marcus
fit in.
Garvey?
Nah, I mean,
My Nigerian brother.
It's the truth. Like I always say, like we would experience a lot less problems if we were segregated, bro. If we policed ourselves, we controlled ourselves, we taught ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And I'm gonna be real. I really do believe like if segregation were to happen again, if you will, it would really as you see what happens, we already kind of are segregated in its own weird way.
Hoods and
But
Real shit though.
you see what already happens, how black creativity leads the world. It shifts
the
everything.
culture.
Always does.
Just
Culture.
imagine
Always
if we
does.
had our own shit though.
yeah, always does.
It would beyond.
It would.
But that's the point. It's not about rehabilitation. It's about control. It's about keeping people
Construction.
divided. You know what I'm saying? They don't want none of that. They don't want none of that.
They already know what's gonna come out of that,
Because it's already happened too, by the
literally,
way.
they know it. They already know how it goes. It's a system. So they literally was like, no, that's not gonna happen. This is how it's gonna be. So it's a deep question, and I feel like this podcast, we always come back to this question, and we always try to find an answer through a guest, and through every guest, I feel, no, for
it's a
real.
fact. It's a
And
fact.
through
It's
every
fact.
through every guest, I feel like we get a little closer to it, and then I feel like through every guest, we get even
A little
farther
farther.
away from it. But
'Cause-
it's so important.
I mean, to be honest, the type of time I'm on, like, I don't know. Like, I'm with all the smoke. I want all the smoke, bro. With all these MAGA niggas, I want all the smoke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm replying to that message.
This is a.
I'm slapboxing you in the street. Like,
Is this
I want all the smoke, bro.
See, I gotta
All of it.
understand. Like, I'm related, blood related
Yeah.
to a lot of the motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
But again, like everybody's a motherfucker in this sense, though. I'm gonna be real. At some point, yo, like, it's such a complex human interaction going on. It's huge, like whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's beyond even the capacity of what we've even been able to understand for the last 2,000 years plus.
Yeah.
There's a big thing going on, and I ain't gonna get that deep.
Nah, there's something huge,
There's something huge
going
going
on.
But what I'm saying is like, yo, I can tell you this, like, yeah, I want all the smoke with them niggas too, but at the same time, I am telling you this, like, yo, like, it's so amazing being raised around that my whole life, being called nigger and all that, being jumped and all this shit from like age 3 to 7, jumped almost every day, no cap.
Yeah.
And I'm not bullshitting you. In Auburn, Nebraska, but and having, and I love my cousins. Y'all already know what time it is. But at the same time, niggas ain't forget what happened when we was young and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, But with that being said, I totally get where motherfuckers is coming from. You know what I'm saying? But at that same moment, people are more misled and more people are being tricked than we could imagine. Including them MAGA niggas.
And I want,
you know what I'm saying?
And I want all the smoke.
So everybody's being tricked.
Everybody's being lied.
And I want all the smoke.
I respect it.
So question. So
Everybody's being lied
the social implications. What is that with this? Because that's what all the white media seems to be talking about now. At this moment is just the Capitol, the storm on the Capitol, the storm on the Capitol. And I feel like with black people, when we watch that shit, we're just like
shaking my fucking head.
Y'all niggas is just annoying at this
Yeah,
point. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah.
multiple messages, yo, because I do have a lot of questions about that. Like, it does seem really, it's so
very, I know what you mean. I know
First off,
exactly what you're saying.
It's too many things going on, y'all.
Yep.
I'm telling y'all.
Yep.
And there's too many people at many levels of the shift of this thing that we all going through as humans. But like, we're all going through different transitions. But another thing that's really happening that I've really been seeing is the ignorance or the lacking of realizing that, you know, these bigger if you will whatever the entities are hiding behind different struggles.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see
100%.
these MAGA niggas come up and storm the Capitol, facts, but what are you telling me that you know what I'm saying, bro? There's a little bit of sugar to everything that's been happening,
and there's an agenda behind everything.
Yeah, there's a little bit of sugar added to all of it.
My whole thing that gets me upset, that makes me punch my TV, is just not serious, bro.
Why ain't they getting shot?
Why aren't they getting, bro? We for real get killed
shot?
for less.
For nothing.
We get killed for less. How many times has a nigga had a Skittles and a soda in his hand and the cop said, I feared for my life?
Right.
These niggas had weapons, broke glass, and none of these niggas feared for their life, bro.
Is it because
niggas have been in their house, bro?
In their house.
Watching TV,
minding their mother fucking business, bro.
Storms of people outside.
Not
mad
telling
for
about
nothing.
I'll come in and blast everybody, bro. And yet you have people that are really storming the foundation of our democracy. And you know what I find even more funny? My fault. Before I just let you go.
You're fine.
I think it's so funny that they did all this shit, right? All these niggas, you know, sat Nancy Pelosi's desk, stormed the Capitol, went into the halls, went and stole shit, right? All the cops came, right? And let them go.
Yeah, because they wasn't part of it.
Right? They like, if anyone has information into these people, let us know. You don't need information if when you was there, you arrested them niggas.
Yeah, facts.
Talking about, they're on the no-fly list. There's a video of some nigga on the no-fly list. He got tight because he was on the no-fly list. Like, there was like, you can't fly. Started holding up a scene. If you was really holding niggas accountable to the way you wanted, bro, every airport has police officers. Every airport has a jail. These people on the no-fly list should be immediately taken to that holding cell. Yeah. For the FBI to come get them, but you let them go. So I think it's funny because I feel like we're seeing a lot of nonverbal messages throughout everything that's going on. They're saying one thing, but they're acting differently. They're saying yes and shaking their head no, and it's all over the screen, and I can't take it. I want all the smoke.
A week before 2021.
I hear you.
It's so crazy because a week before 2021, we had, if you're in the spiritual world at all, you heard about the Great Conjunction, about the new age of Aquarius, and how this was going to be the year of just everything was going to come to light. We were going to see everything. And of course, you know, all these subliminals have been going on forever. But like, it's so crazy to me that 2021 just started like 2 weeks ago and already we have all of this going on. And to me, I don't want to be spreading fake news or anything, but I feel like this agenda is really to get Trump out of here. Like, and I feel like whatever they're doing it because they really want to get this man out of here. And not just out of here, like, of course he's about to get out January 20th. We have a new president coming in. But out of here, like, doesn't have a chance to ever come back. And I feel like with that, they're just doing a lot of things that is just disrespecting us, but it's also like, bro, we've been doing this shit. Like, this is nothing new. You guys know what's up. Like, we're just doing this because now we have an agenda that we need to meet. And it's like, it's so crazy, but I'm telling you, black people, Just keep your head up.
No,
keep your head up,
and
man.
I
Keep
feel
your
like-
head high. Keep doing what you gotta do, because I'm telling you, these white people, they will really fuck with you the way they're fucking with these white people. Like,
Yeah.
they're really fucking with these people.
The unfortunate thing about the whole thing is it just makes me not like white people, and that's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I can acknowledge something that's stupid,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
makes me not like white people. Like,
There's
it
a lot of
makes
things
me,
that make me
not exactly. That lets me not even get into that list.
It
But just this,
amplifies
we talk about
He
this.
said,
you
let's
know,
not
like
get
this-
into that list.
Let's get into that subsection C, Article B. Nah, like, but and it's dumb, but it's how you feel. And
Yo,
I feel like until like we have somebody that at least can say, like Charlamagne said it best. He was talking about when Biden came on after, and he said that, oh, this is not America like the America we stand for.
Nah,
this is not the America. Bro, this has been America.
This is America. Be
And
real.
you're just seeing it Front Street now. This is it's been like this. And I feel like I'm not even gonna go into it.
I see what you're saying.
My thing is there's a few things I want to say. At the end of the Malcolm X book,
Which one? The
autobiography with
right?
Alex Haley, y'all saw how he transitioned his strong perspectives towards white people.
Yeah.
Did you read that book by
No.
chance? At the end, he was like, wait a minute. He got a more international view of white people because he was just so
Traveled
after
and
he
well
traveled to
versed.
Mecca,
and
right.
He
He was just
traveled.
like, American white people got something going on. There's a thing there. But then he went around the world and saw like this man. He met this man he never had felt such a brotherhood vibe from. And he was white.
A white man. Yep.
He was so confused, yo. He was so confused deep down. And so that's one thing, right? And then another thing is
It's
like
American whites. You're right.
nobody's a lot of people that I've been talking to, and this is my peers, and I love my peers to the end of me. And just like a lot of like just different people in my circles, they have all of these very strong political views, but have no awareness or understanding of their amendments. Do you know the Fourth Amendment?
I don't know them by
Off the top of your head?
by each one.
Is the fourth one
What's
the
the fourth
bear?
Well, I mean, like,
the-
you know, we can go into it.
Is the fourth one
down to the 25th?
I
Is the-
know. I can spell amendment. That's it, bro. That's it.
Is the fourth one about
You keep the amendments on you.
Yeah, I keep the amendments
My
on.
nigga, that's the most gangster shit I've seen.
Well, like Huey,
Like,
my nigga Huey Newton. Shout out to Huey.
Is the fourth
Huey,
one about
Bobby
guns?
Told
or
nah, it's
to bear rights?
nah,
I mean,
bear
bear
arms.
arms.
Nah, it's about letting somebody what's it called, the army people stay in your house.
Oh,
no, it's not. That's the third one. My fault.
third
The
one?
fourth one is search warrants. My
search
fault.
warrant. Okay.
what was you? What was you
um,
gonna say about Huey and Bobby? What this
But
is?
yeah, Huey used to be able to recite it from the top of his head. That's incredible.
You know, it's so crazy that
The
it's-
Constitution.
It's crazy that you got that because me and Alex was actually talking about how we want to get more information,
Into
more
law.
knowledgeable into
Yeah.
law. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we don't know, as black people, as a community and individually, we don't know enough about the law.
Word.
And that ignorance hurts us. You know what I'm saying? It's not bliss. That shit hurts the fuck out of us. You know,
Facts.
like we need to be more informed in laws in different states, federal laws, shit like that, because that's what they use, that
Facts.
them words and that fucking jargon that they use to fucking ultimately pile these bricks
Facts.
on us and bury us. Like, we need to get more informed on that. And I know me, like, the fact that you even asked me what the Fourth Amendment was and I didn't know, I feel like I gotta go do my homework.
I gotta go do my research.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
It's so crazy that you said that, because I just thought of this, and it's so random, but it goes in with you were saying. Like, black men, I feel like you guys have a certain just disposition when it comes to police that is different from black women.
you mean
And
this
even
disposition?
and even when I look at the Black Panther Party, you would see how much, like, Assata Shakur, I don't know if you read the autobiography.
I didn't. Of Shakur.
But I read hers.
Amazing shit.
And just the black women in the Black Panther Party, they were just so much more
she
ready.
was the liberation.
The Liberation Party, they were just so much more ready to, like, show an officer, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know what the fuck is going on. Like, not to say that the men weren't, but the men, they had more of that.
But there's a
I
lot
could
of
die-
there's a
I
lot
could
of
die
different.
here.
You know,
I gotta
'cause
interrupt.
there's
I
a
gotta
lot of
interrupt.
different.
Can I
there's a lot-
interrupt, though?
No, yeah, go.
We're talking about a black woman, though.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's really just it. You can continue.
All That's a fact. That's a fact.
And when Trey said that, like when
that's
Trey
really,
was like,
that's really it. That's
really
really
it.
It
I
really
mean,
is
like-
what it is, because when Trey said like me and Alex, we want to get more into the law, like all I kept thinking is like, yo, I want a white officer to pull me over and for me to tell that, and for me to tell that white nigga, tell that nigga like, yo, I know my fucking rights. Like I just, oh man, I've been feeling for
Depends
that.
on where you at.
It does depend where you at.
Because they don't give a fuck. So some of
And
them
some
will
of
be
them
like,
hate you even more when they know you
Right.
educated.
Can
for
I tell
real,
you something,
for
Trey?
real.
The cops, they can leave me alone, bro. When you see my whip, let it push, bro. When you see me look the other way across the street, I don't want none of that interaction.
Them niggas will hassle
let me
you
tell you
all
why.
night,
Like,
nigga,
because also when you're talking about like the black woman's readiness, I also feel like there's a lot of different relationships going on within that problem. So the first relationship is a man to a man and the egos, right?
Yeah.
The relationship of egos,
of course.
right? And I think the second thing, of course, would be the race thing. You know, the black versus white, but the different experiences.
Of course.
And I feel like as a black woman, you guys have a different struggle that I even think is a little harder. But
Yeah.
like you have a different struggle to where you could kind of do that a little bit more. You know what I'm
I know
saying?
what you mean, because
You know
he'll
what I'm
look at
saying?
me and think I have a sassy daughter.
And
I have
that's
a
why,
sassy
but
wife.
you gotta understand,
know?
like, and in history, like it's shown, like that has been your role though, and we've relied heavily on that. You know what I mean, on black women as that support system. So
Yeah.
I mean,
So to get onto some lighter topics, because
yeah,
I feel like
facts.
we've been
Nah, look, bro.
Yo, I love it.
we can
They
do
gotta
this all
know,
day.
man.
We
They
can
gotta
do
know.
this.
I brought a book for you.
And quick,
man.
to all my
for you.
And I'll be reading that next.
I just want to say also too, before we to segue into this, to all our white allies, keep doing what y'all doing, bro. If you're actively like, you know, preaching a good word, keep it going. To all the white allies, bro. We don't need you, but we welcome the company.
Yeah.
So thank
Word.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and a black girl said how black content can get very redundant.
Let me see that.
And I remember when she said that, and I felt so like I was like, "What are you talking about, shorty? Like black, like what
Who said that though?
A black woman said it too,
Okay.
and it got me tight. But she said black content could get so redundant, and to any of our viewers who are of any other color, hue,
yeah.
whatever, not only is it not redundant, but this will always be what we're about, what we speak about, and what we're passionate about, because we are black people. You know what I mean? And to even think that, you know, of course, we love to talk about music, we love to talk about other things, and we love to have fun, we love to talk shit and stuff like that, because that makes up the multifacetedness of a black person. Talking about this is the forefront of everything that goes on. When you turn on Fox News and CNN, I don't watch that shit, but when y'all turn that on and you guys see the rush of the Capitol, black people, we don't see that. We see the disrespect of, if that was black people at the Capitol, how we would have got killed. You know what I mean? We see the world very differently from what you guys see, and because we are the culture and we are so influential in the culture, you guys gotta start to see it with us. 100%. You guys gotta start to look within and start to see what the fuck we see, because that difference, that redundantness, that when that girl said that, I was so angry. But you know, everybody has their different perspective as a black person, but to me it's like, this will always be what I'm about, what I speak about, and who I am. Like, and I just don't know how you could be black and not. Like, we're in 2021, baby. Like, get with it. Like, get with it.
And the sad part about it is, unfortunately, I'm a lost nigga.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, unfortunately, I'm lost, bro. Unfortunately,
Elaborate.
Unfortunately, look, bro.
What you mean lost?
Me and ignorance,
Yeah.
bro. Can I tell you something?
They
me
dance
and
real
ignorance,
close.
bro. We do the money dance next to each
I
other,
see
bro.
what you mean. You mean
ignorance,
you
bro. And here's the thing, like I could say all
Damn,
of
that's
this, bro.
You ain't gonna be
Brady
rocking the
and
dashiki.
Megan.
Thank
That's
you.
what you saying.
I'm gonna still be in there like, big booty bitches on the with it, I'm still with that.
I
And
hope I could be right there with you.
that's what I'm talking about.
But that's the beauty of
We
being
all
black.
have to keep that.
Yeah, that's the beauty
You
of
gotta
being
keep
black,
that.
man. Like, bro,
Yeah.
we were slaves in our huts dancing and doing, like, yo, this is what we about. What are you talking about? Oh, you guys are talking about that. But real quick, I don't know if you guys listened to my girls' EP, Hotels. Brady, did you hear Hotels?
Nah.
By Jasmine Sullivan?
Nah.
Yo, y'all are annoying. You know why I don't like these niggas? Let me tell you why real quick. Because anytime I bring up a male, had I came in here and been like, yo, y'all heard Jay-Z's new album? Yo, the second bar, yo.
Yeah.
You every time I come here and say, y'all heard Tiana Taylor, y'all listen to
So I have a
Jasmine,
question.
these niggas, oh no, I haven't gotten to it
So
yet. I
you're
haven't
upset-
gotten
you're
to it
ups-
yet. I
you're
haven't
upset that
gotten to it yet.
You're upset that as a woman, that women artists are on the forefront of your mind, and that as men artists are on the forefront
No,
of
because
our
that's
mind?
not true. Because when Freddie Gibbs drops, I listen to it.
I never said that.
When
You
men
gotta
drop,
listen-
I
you gotta
listen
listen
to
to what
it.
I'm saying.
You literally just said that.
Yo, y'all did you say that though?
Yo, these guys is
Y'all
gonna do that to me?
I heard what you said.
We all heard it.
I heard it though. That shit was fire. Jasmine song was
You heard it today.
fire. Like,
But yeah, no.
But
I have a
always
question.
do me
What do you
dirty,
think
bro.
about Tierra Whack?
Tierra Whack
I think
is
Tierra Whack
That
is
is one of
top
my
7
favorite,
rappers,
one of
man
my
or
favorite
woman.
artists of
Period.
one of my favorite
Artist,
artists.
artist.
One of my
Artist.
favorite
I would even
artists.
say rapper.
One of my favorite rappers.
You would say rapper
I
too.
would say bars.
Put her in the
Before I
rapper
could say
category. Bars, don't
Bars?
cap. I love her so much, right? And I
Bro.
think that she's barring up and she's inspiring me on too many levels.
Too many,
But
bro. Too many.
bars, I need to see more time.
whoa, hold on.
I ain't gonna cap.
What you
Okay,
mean? What you
I-
mean
I
by
see
that?
why he
Really,
says
my
that.
thing is this though. Look, because I'm still fighting for Kendrick all time best. And some people don't respect that because, of course, you know, we got like the greats like KRS-One. We got
I think.
Rakim.
Hold on. I'm gonna kind of cut you off real quick,
What's up,
and
bro?
I'm gonna say something that might get you a little upset.
You know, if it's J. Cole over Kendrick.
No. It's related. No. Listen. It's related to what you said, but I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Kendrick is, I think, one of the best storytellers we've seen in hip hop. But if we talking bars, Tierra got Kendrick. If we talking bars,
You're
No, I
drunk.
can't say it.
I don't
drunk.
know.
Trey.
if we
Trey.
talking bars,
Trey, if we're talking
Bars,
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 if we're
that's a
talking
really
bars,
good case.
swing your cup, Trey,
if
because
we
you drink it too
talking,
much.
see,
Whoa.
let's talk about it. I think that when it comes to
I want my
bars,
book back.
Yeah.
You want this book?
Hold on, bro. You talking about
Listen
breathing
to
with
me.
dragons? I'll crack the egg
But
in your
she
back.
hasn't put enough workout yet.
that's
though.
true, and that's why I guess it's a. I guess.
Because I know that she will.
Okay, listen. Let me.
But I don't think she
Let me
just
say
hasn't done
potential.
it
Let me
yet.
say
No.
potential. She has the potential
to be better.
Sure.
in terms of bar.
I think
Sure.
so
Respect
too.
that.
I think
I
so
don't
too.
respect that.
I think so
So,
too. I think so
sure.
too.
Respect that.
So do a lot of niggas.
So do a lot of niggas. Anybody,
Yeah.
you know,
Sure.
Red.
I recant my
say-
statement,
yeah,
nigga.
recant,
Damn.
bro. Because I'm
Playboy
hot
Cardi.
already, bro.
Playboy Cardi could drop the next motherfucking.
wait,
you know what I'm saying?
nah,
Ether,
nah,
you know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
now, I'm happy you brought up Playboy Cardi.
Nah,
What's
nah.
up? What
I
about
think he.
Playboy?
Y'all
I
heard
think
the last,
production.
y'all heard the last project?
Nah, I didn't.
But you also getting back on her point with
Yeah,
you hear all the niggas, but
no,
not
no,
all
no,
the
I
niggas.
just talked, but you missed my point where I said
yeah, a whole lot
top
of
Tierra
red.
Whack is top 7 rappers,
Facts,
male or
though.
female.
Facts.
That's what I said.
Facts.
What about
So, you know
Playboy?
what
What
I'm
about
saying?
Playboy?
No, I'm with you though. I'm with you. She
So
hard.
now the
It's
Playboy project, he has this one song called Sky, and it's so ignorant, but I love it.
Yo.
And I feel like one thing
Can you
I
play a
like,
snippet? Can you play a
Can I
snippet
tell
right
you-
now?
Yeah, I'll play a snippet.
like 10
one thing I
seconds
like
over here.
about Playboy Cardi and just ASAP
Yeah,
Mob
come outside.
is just that sound.
Yeah.
It's so dirty.
I know what you mean.
It's so dirty.
Play snippet,
Like
let me
it's
hear
they
I got
all
so much
sound like
respect
this
for those
now. Like
dudes, man.
so much respect.
I feel
They
like no
sound
matter
is
how
wild.
old I get,
No,
I know, but no matter how old I get, I'm gonna love that dirty, grimy, gritty rap. Like I
Is
don't
that
care.
playing?
Like I'm gonna be like, yo,
I
where the
connected?
coke get? Yo, I
think I'm
love it.
connected.
I
And
love
they
it
New York
so
though
much.
too, so but they so weird. They like down south.
Yeah.
Yo, when
They're
ASAP
mixing
came out,
in.
when Rocky first was like dropping
Rocky.
that down south Houston sound, but he from, and at that time,
From Harlem,
everybody
yeah.
could only sound like where you came from, or else you
Yeah.
wouldn't even get the attention.
Yeah, very
100%.
true.
So when he did that, it was like, what the fuck? This
yeah,
New York
this
nigga
is New
doing
York.
this?
That's so
Southern-
true.
That
Yeah.
whole like
Honestly,
I think ASAP.
Rocky
I
got to
think
step up though.
I think
But in
He
terms
gotta
of
step
bars,
out
in
right
terms
now,
of
you mean?
rap, in
Yeah.
terms of rap,
I
he killing
don't-
everything else.
Yeah.
In terms of rap, he got to step up. He gotta step
I think
up.
he's like Rihanna. It's like at this point,
I think
they're
we could
moguls.
argue.
He
I
gotta
think we
step
could
up.
argue.
He gotta
that-
step up.
Nope. I think we can argue that
Rap.
ASAP put in. I think we can
He put
argue
in his
that
work.
ASAP
I think so
put in
too.
his time.
I did
Come
think he
on.
put in his
But
time.
yes,
I did
bro.
think so too.
The
Yes,
reason
bro.
why I would
He
say
has the same-
ASAP has to step up is only because I respect him and I know how good he is as an artist.
Yeah.
I feel
So I
like-
want
Yeah.
to see him
It's
reach
Because
his
the
full
last,
potential.
because the testing project
Testing was not good.
I
There
thought
was like
it was
two songs.
different.
I
It was
only
just
like
different. I
two
wasn't
songs. I
ready
like
for it.
Purity and I like the.
I got that on my playlist.
You liked it? I
Only
like.
because he got that. Yo, it's definitely not no hits.
Okay.
And that's the thing that comes back to what we were talking about is conceptual albums.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at it, This nigga does his nails, all kinds of shit conceptual to what he's talking about on that album. Even still, it's like, nigga, you dropped that like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He's still kind of doing, and I think it's because he's about to do like how Travis did the days before the rodeo. How this testing was like a pre to whatever.
That's exactly
what he's
what I'm
about to
talking
drop
about.
I think he's about to
Okay.
do something
And
now.
I think ASAP doesn't get enough credit for what he's already done for New York hip hop
And
in
art,
general.
and art.
And art, facts.
And
But I'm just
fashion.
going
I love
based off of what he
fashion. I
said
love
about
A$AP
the rap.
Rocky.
Yeah, he's
like,
lit.
I can understand where as a consumer, as you know, a supporter, where you could say, yo, I want more from ASAP because I want to vibe. I still want to vibe to ASAP music. But look at the catalog. ASAP has a catalog.
He does.
He has
remember?
I stand next to you though. I really want to see him.
I want him to
bar
step
up,
up, though.
But
I
let me
want
show you
him
this.
to
Let me
step
show you this
up,
play.
'cause
Let me
I
show you
know
this
he could
Playboy
bar
record.
up.
I'm gonna play this Playboy record a little bit.
This ain't for me. This ain't for me. Look at Brady.
What's it called?
Sky, bro.
Sky, I'm gonna listen to that shit.
Shit is hard.
But it's like the textures on the album the whole time.
Thank
It's
you.
very distorted, right? And but like the way that they mixed it, it was where it made it, dude. It's just so like
The
a lot of
sounds.
people have their sounds right now where you're so in it, you know, and it's too.
This might
That's
be.
why I
This,
like
his is very flat and very.
What's his name? That's why I really like the one I mentioned on the last podcast. He just dropped an album. We was listening to him earlier.
Vori?
Vori's fire.
Vori's-
But the one with Young Thug, what's his name?
Oh, Trippy?
That's why I like
Trippy,
Trippy because
yeah.
he brings you into a world
Question.
and like his
Yeah, his is
sounds.
deep. His is
yeah,
deep.
it's just so
now
crazy.
Now that I actually said Vori, I just want to say this real quick. I think Vori's last album is slept on. Niggas is
I thought you was going the other way.
Sleeping.
Wait, Vori?
Yeah, have you ever heard
Vori's
Vori? He's a new artist. He's really
Yeah, he's
dope.
pretty dope.
We'll play
Where's
some
he from?
music.
He from around here?
I'm not sure.
No,
he's
no. He's like he did a record with Meek Mill.
Guys.
He's like
Yeah.
a solidified
All right, look,
artist
If y'all
now.
never heard Vori,
Yeah,
go.
we'll
He
put
just
all
dropped
this on for this. He's
VRY.
really
He just
good.
dropped the album, bro. Ain't it funny? Featuring Meek Mill.
Slapper.
York Way featuring Beam.
Yeah, that's
Fire.
awesome.
Zayski,
Beam is my
fire.
guy too.
Bad Guy. Fire. Y'all gotta
Question.
do
Let
the
me
research.
I'm in y'all group chat now.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we're gonna share them
figure it out,
Let me
bro.
ask you a
Get
question
out.
real quick. And I guess this really depends on. It just really depends on the people that are the elements that are involved. But if you had to say, just based off of the title, what's the most important element in the studio? Is it the artist, the producer, or the engineer?
The producer.
Okay, we got a producer.
I gotta like the sound. There's a lot of people that can't rap.
Nah,
and it
but I've
doesn't
had
sound good, but I
whack
like the
ass
sound.
beats, but the song was fucking fire. Like
I feel like-
I've had that before, where an artist really like not even a whack beat, but a simple beat. You could get a
dope beat from YouTube.
You can get a-
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you
could
can
get
get a dope beat
could get a
from
beat
YouTube,
anywhere.
but a lot of the
A lot
dope
of brothers
beats
is
from
doing that.
YouTube aren't the things that I'm talking about.
Right.
When I talk about some of my favorite sounds, like I really like when you think about Kanye, when you think about somebody like a
the construction,
Kanye,
yeah.
and the way Kanye is producing his album, right? I don't even think Kanye is a lyricist. Kanye's not
His
a lyricist.
production's what
And
saves
to
his
be
music,
honest,
yeah.
I don't even really like his rapping anymore.
Yeah, me
to keep
neither.
it a
I
stack.
want him to stop.
I think it's a little tired, but it's the music. I will listen to it because it sounds good. And the production, it sounds clear. Like the sounds that he's want, it sounds coherent. Like even if it's not.
Yeah, that's what
I
I was
think
gonna
it's
say.
the
I feel like it's the
mixing. I
mixing
think
that
it's the
comes down to
mixing.
it. Like
Yeah.
the mixing brings it to a whole
Another
nother
level. That's a
like,
fact.
But
That's
you
a
can't
fact.
mix. But the mixing does bring it to a new level. But you can't mix something. I mean, you can mix something that's trash.
Okay, can I give you an
have a
example?
quick
You could go.
question. Is the engineer and the producer not also the artist?
if they
I mean,
could
if you
be,
wanna
but
do that.
in this instance, they're not. You know what I'm saying?
Got you,
They're
got you.
playing their role. You
Well,
know what I'm
then,
saying?
I mean, it really comes down to producer at the end of the
Producer,
day.
you going with producer?
Well, only because of it. If that's the rules, then
Yeah.
the
that's
producer is
that's
literally the
meat.
end game of
Yeah.
all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's really up to that producer. So that's who has the say so at the end of the day.
I
It
agree.
really-
If you
it
think
really
about-
depends on the
If you even think
artist.
about the character of an album, when you look at an album, right, and you see the production behind it, and it goes into the title. If the production goes into the title and what they're trying to do perfectly, then you have a conceptual album. You have a
Yeah.
beautiful masterwork,
100%.
beautiful piece of art.
I was gonna ask you. That was one of the topics we briefly touched upon it. But me, like as a music lover, I really love conceptual albums. Like to me, if you can, like for example, like Frank Ocean, Blonde, like that album conceptually, like he literally, at the end of that
Blonde is a
album,
great
I
album.
knew what he was trying to tell me. I felt everything through every song. I understood his place in the world, and even when like it was just so beautiful.
You like it better
Frank is the only one that can have me singing about boys.
Yo,
You got that.
I tell you, bro. I mean, I'm
not
I ain't
gonna
gonna
lie.
lie. I feel you, but that's not the only artist that got me singing about boys.
No,
though.
that's not the only artist. That's not the only artist.
I
but
got
I'm just
other
talking-
artists
if
too.
we talking
but
about
I be like,
Frank,
damn, Frank.
I be like, damn, Frank.
But it's good
No, to be honest
loved
though,
him
I love that shit.
I didn't need him, but I love him. I'm there the whole time, but I love him.
I know, but when he mentions the coming in the mouth stuff or like
Yeah,
does those innuendos,
Nah,
that's
that's
when
a
I'm
little too
like,
much.
bro, you're right
Too
there,
much.
bro. Why you
Nah,
fucking
but
with
can
me?
I admit to you guys? I have to admit to
It's
you
like
guys.
I'm not homophobic, but damn, son.
I love when he
do
does
so
that.
much,
I love
bro.
when he
Like,
does that.
I can't swallow. I'm not talking about putting cum in my mouth.
Nah, I love when Frank does that. You don't understand, like
Pause
if I
this whole
hear an
conversation.
album, let me say this part, bro. Frank, look at me.
Eyes rolled back.
Yo, Todd, have the camera on me. Frank Ocean, I love when you talk about niggas coming in your mouth. I love it. I love when Frank does that.
Yo.
Brady, stay talking when I'm speaking.
Facts. But yo,
Like,
but Brady
oh
just
my-
stay talking.
But you for
Brady,
real,
stay
yo,
you.
I love
Stay
when
you.
Frank does that.
Stay you.
Like as a
Appreciate you,
female,
bro.
I love it. Like when he does that to me, it's like he doesn't give a fuck because he knows y'all still gonna sing it. Like he knows.
What was the question though that you asked? The conceptual.
Conceptually, like, do you guys feel like fans care about conceptual albums anymore, or do you feel like people just want good music? They don't care about because hotels. Conceptually, like I was saying this to you guys in the car, when I first heard the album name, I was a little skeptical about this album. Not because I didn't think
Wait, which
Jasmine
album?
Hotels, Jasmine
by-
Sullivan.
I don't think I heard
Not
it.
because I didn't think Jasmine Sullivan wasn't gonna deliver, because to me she's one of the greatest vocalists of our time. But
she's fire.
I knew she was gonna deliver. But
Slept
I
on.
just got very slept on. But I just feared, like when I saw the album, I mean the EP, the name of the EP, I was like, hotels, like girl, they done that, like Beyonce did that. We got all the girls talking about being hoes and shit. But the way she did it, like after I heard the album, like the way she did it, and even Trey as a man, and a lot of guys said like, yo, I actually could listen to this album. Like I could play
Trey
this.
likes a lot of that shit. So I mean,
Well, it
we
wasn't just Trey, so
I don't know about y'all. This is something completely random. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion really was the artist that helped bridge the thing of men listening to women. Like I was listening to Rihanna, I was
agree.
listening to Sierra, I was listening to all those albums. But yo, Megan Thee Stallion, when she dropped her shit, I feel like every woman after that, they really started to open up how they would present it when it came to like if a man had
I
to
think
see
it was
it.
before that. I think it was on
Was
some
it?
Lil'
I think
Kim
Nicki.
shit. 'cause
I think it was Nicki.
I think
Yeah.
Lil' Kim.
I'm not
Lil'
gonna
Kim,
say
No.
Nicki.
He's not saying
Nicki.
she's the only
I'm not
one.
gonna say she's the only one,
No,
but when
for
she
sure.
did it though, like I feel like it solidified it for the
Well, I
rest of
also
the.
think
Okay.
Megan had a legendary start. I think
And
when it
such
comes
a
to women
niggas could listen
artists,
to.
Yeah,
Megan had
yeah.
a legendary
It's funny
start.
that you said it because I can't listen to Megan though.
Word?
I can't listen to Megan.
Whoa.
I
I'm
used to. No,
too
can I tell you
ratchet.
something? I used
I
to
didn't have
be
Yeah.
able.
listen to
I
that.
can't listen to a Megan
Not anymore.
project.
People used
but
to,
I
though.
listen to
I see
Megan
what you're saying,
records
though.
in the fact
Wait,
where it's like,
you not boot up?
huh?
You not boot
Yeah,
up?
he got a girl. He
Yeah,
got a
I
girl.
got
Oh
it.
damn!
Yeah,
Because
I
I'm
got
about
it,
to say, yo, I didn't have the craziest nights listening to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
That's really why y'all probably don't fuck with her. Because y'all boot
Now
up.
we gonna
Yo,
talk.
I'm
We gonna
telling
talk
y'all.
Nah,
we gonna
the
talk
best-
after this. We gonna talk after this.
If
Nah,
we
the
want to
best
get nasty, you hit that Megan Thee Stallion, then you hit the Rihanna.
No, you guys
tell you-
got it
can I
all
tell you-
wrong. SZA is who you
Yo!
need to play.
SZA
is who you need to
toxic.
play.
SZA is
SZA
how
who
you
you need to
toxic.
play. If you want your girl to love you, play
Can I
SZA.
tell you something though? Can I tell you something though? Can I tell you something though?
Che love being off.
I love y'all.
SZA will make you put it
SZA,
down.
I think
Artists
in
singing-
general, I think I find myself in a weird place with women artists because I like it if I hear it and I want to have sex with you. Like if I hear it, I want to have sex with you. That's how I know I like it.
Those are very harsh statements.
I mean, it's a little
That's clean that up.
Look,
You can't clean
that
that
was
up.
disgusting.
You the Charlamagne. You the Charlamagne.
No.
Let him clean it up. Let him clean it up.
I'm not cleaning it up. I'm supporting it. I'm giving you supporting details. Let me tell you why.
What up?
Because when you're listening to a WAP, I don't like it because I think it's good music. That shit is ear porn. And I saw the video.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's why I like it.
But that's
so
different. That's different.
Why is that different?
Because that's
what
not.
I just said.
That's not the. That's not like the.
I listen to it and I want to have
WAP
sex with
wasn't
both
about
of
the
them.
That
music,
element is
though.
there, and I think that is a very valid point. And
Yeah.
they know that.
Yeah.
Facts.
And they play into that as well.
Facts.
Like,
WAP
you know what I
wasn't
mean? That's
about
how
the
they get
music.
there.
That song
WAP
wasn't about the
music. It was
music.
everything behind it.
It was
And I mean,
everything,
in
yeah.
general, like that's how.
And speaking of WAP,
real
real quick, I know this is a little past, but this is a gripe that I have with Cardi B. Cardi B is phenomenal and fire, but I saw a clip of her and she was playing WAP, and her kid came in the room and she turned off the WAP. The song
Interesting.
Yeah, wait.
and you know,
I
like
didn't
at
like
the end of the
that,
day,
yeah.
look, at the end of the day, cool, she's making money, she's Cardi B, she's lit, who the fuck am I get it, boom.
Yeah.
But you have millions of other girls that listen to that record who don't have a mom, who don't have a dad at the house to tell them to turn it off, and they're out here doing this, and when your daughter comes in the room, I would just respect it more if she just let that shit rock.
I feel what
you're saying.
I'm not even gonna really dispute what you're saying, but I'm gonna add a little bit of caveat to it. Like, I hear your point, but I would definitely say with the other people that have the other young ladies that have parents, that have moms and dads, Cardi B did exactly what every other parent should be doing. Instead of complaining to Cardi about that's what she's doing, Cardi turned it off because that's her role as a parent. She makes what she makes. She makes her money. She does her business.
What about the content that she puts out?
The content.
Like, what about the
and
content
that's the thing
that she
is
puts
that
out?
the content she's putting out, right?
It's not on her if it falls into a 3-year-old's hands.
It's not. I'm not saying it's not on her if it falls into a 3-year-old's hands, but I'm just saying if you have parents in your life, that's the responsibility of the parent. Because here's why. Because at the end of the day, Trey, as young men, we've listened to very damaging songs.
100%.
There are what we heard, what they heard, what women hear from WAP isn't anything new than what we've been hearing since we were born, and our parents did not.
So then,
turn it
Brady,
off.
why can't Trump be in the office for the next 4 years then?
What do you mean?
Why can't Trump stay in the presidency?
Oh, that's different. You can't do
Nah,
that.
it's not
It's
though.
really different.
Brady, it's
but
not
I have a question.
though.
But I have
It's
a question.
really
You know what I think is so
not.
funny?
What you represent and what you put out
Can I tell
is
you
a
something?
representation of
But
who you
can I tell
are.
you something? I think it's very
That's
funny.
hard.
It's hard.
that-
It's hard.
That's hard.
That as a woman
hard.
you're saying that because as I see this huge double standard in music talking about
There is.
WAP.
There
It's not
is.
talking about. Y'all ever heard gin and juice, bro? You ever heard gin and juice as a 3-year-old? You smoking on gin and juice with my mind fucking bitches down. We singing that.
I
And that's the thing is that we love when women
Tell
do
you
what men have been doing for eons. We love to say, how does this affect the younger generation? When we've been had, even some of our idols. Bro, Biggie Smalls said, you look so good, I'll suck on your daddy's dick. Like, what do you think? Like,
But his enemy also said thug life, which means the hate that you give young ones fucks everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I mean, I'm just using it as an example. That
I
I just
see-
think it's
I
funny
see what
that
you're
like,
saying, Brady. Trust me.
why do women always have to answer that question and men just keep
Because
making their music?
because women are held to higher standards. Than
I
men.
know. I
Nah,
disagree.
nah.
No,
I
that's
agree.
whack.
All right, real
That's
quick.
whack,
I
Trey.
agree. Like,
That's whack.
hold on, let's
Bro,
not jump from that.
let's not.
This is a
That's
very important
whack.
conversation. Let's not jump from this.
That's
I see
whack, bro.
Women are held to a higher standard
That's
than
whack.
men.
No, that's whack.
Oh, you just said
That's
no.
whack.
You're not
They
adding
can't
nothing
be
behind
held
it.
to
Like,
a higher standard when they're not on an equal playing field. That does not make sense. The minute you're on an equal playing field, I can hold you to a higher standard. But who's the forefront of hip hop music? The black man. It's not the black woman. We can't hold them to a higher standard, but not giving them the higher standard money. You can't do that. That's not right.
As a
you know what I'm
woman,
saying?
listen, because as
can't
a
do
woman,
that.
I understand
Interesting.
completely.
That's why.
I
this is
understand.
interesting.
No, like
why.
as a woman, I do understand exactly what you're saying, Brady, and I agree to an extent. I agree with you to an extent, but. Me, Alexandra Alexis, a black woman, what I believe as I'm getting older and as I'm growing and just experiencing life, as black women, we have a role in this country. We have a role, we have a responsibility, and we have a message. Jasmine Sullivan, she just put out an EP, Hotels, and when you hear that album, the interlude she had where women express their stories about not feeling like, comparing themselves to Instagram girls, feeling like they had to use their pussy to keep a man, things like that. To me, that's how you do it. You put it into a conceptual EP where after I listen to that, I hear different perspectives. I relate to different parts of that. I can understand that as a woman. A WAP to me is not artistic, and it's not to me, and it's not a representation of what black women should be doing with their music and art.
I don't. The problem is that I don't even disagree, but I have to throw this in there. So as men, right? You will hear a song like "Throat Baby."
I'm a woman. I don't know what men do.
I'm talking about men. There are men here.
Throat Baby. I never heard of the song "Throat Baby."
Throat Baby.
Throat Baby.
And you know what I'm talking about? And that's the thing. But that's the thing, Alex.
Not even realizing what the fuck that nigga's saying.
But that's the thing. But that's part of the problem. What was Alex's first response? Is that's fire, right?
Yeah.
Women can't do that. Like, why does it have to be?
Did you hear Ari Lennox? She said, "I wanna sit on it." You gotta hear that album.
No. I know. That's what I'm saying.
She did it
I'm just saying
beautifully.
the principle behind it is just like, bro.
So is it just the execution of it then?
It's the execution.
I don't even
It's
think
about
it's
the
the execution, bro, because we have rappers saying the most as men, bro, and no one is ever holding these niggas accountable.
We do.
Ever, right?
Well, us
but we're
women do.
giving them all our money. Let a black woman try to do that, right? To try to have the expression that men have been having for eons, right? Then they have to answer the tough questions, right? They have to answer the questions.
Yo, y'all about to tired of scratching his head.
Why is no one asking Young Thug about his lyrics?
Right.
We all ask Young Thug about his.
No, we don't.
Not as much as WAP.
Not as much as WAP. And the Megans and the Cardis.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because the black woman is always motherfucking bullied up upon. You know what I'm saying?
You said bullied up.
That's what I'm saying. Is that the black
woman
woman is always treated as a second-class citizen. The black woman is always getting the brunt, right? Or a sexual one is always getting the brunt of a fight that isn't even. It's like kind of like how Master P. You ever see Master P's interview on a Breakfast Club where he was pushing ramen noodles, like his own ramen noodle pack, and he was like, people were asking him like, "Yo, what's the sodium content?" And he's like, "You're not asking Top Ramen that." You know what I'm saying? Why is it now that I'm pushing it, right? Why is it now that I'm pushing it that you're asking me what the sodium content is? You never hit Top Ramen with that energy. And that's the point. It's the fact that black women have the right, right? The minute we start asking these, it should maybe start with the black woman, but it ends with the black man. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
Ends with the black man, point blank, period. Because at the end of the day, all Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are doing is they're exercising their right that every black man has. Because I know when I listen to the music, it's about drugs, it's about killing niggas, it's about fucking bitches. And I'm never asking them what they're... Bro,
but I
should have been playing him the ratchet tracks. Because I make ratchet shit too. I'm like,
that's a...
So when you said Throat Baby, I'm like, I got a song called Becky. I Want the Neck. I got all these nasty
But that's
ass
the thing.
songs.
It's just the multifaceted. Like, it's just the facets, you know, and it's beautiful. Like, yo,
all a part of the
I
culture.
just didn't like the song WAP. But don't get me wrong. There's songs by Megan Thee Stallion I love. There's songs by Cardi B. Like, Cardi B's album, I love that shit, you know? And I'm rooting for them no matter what because they are black women.
What about Truffle Butter? We're not even talking about that.
Truffle Butter. Yo, Nicki, nah, to be honest,
bro, what are we talking about?
Nicki,
like,
the
nasty songs, bro.
Looking ass nigga.
Nasty.
Nasty.
Truffle butter.
But they don't even really get nasty in the verses. It's just it means something
what
nasty.
It means.
And I don't even.
And that's what
they
Trey
didn't
was
even
saying.
make it. They technically didn't make it because of the actual definition of it, though. I watched the interview. They thought it was something else. That's not what they was talking about.
I feel it, but I'm just talking about like I think like again, it could start with the black woman asking them questions, but it always should end with the black man.
Yeah,
we're the forefront of the shit.
Well, I have a question. How much of all of this, right? What we was talking about earlier too, and coming back to this, is like how much of it do you think has to do with propaganda, and how much of it is staged, and how much of it is really for programming?
All of it.
I think it's
you know
all.
What I'm saying?
I think a lot of it.
I think.
Yeah, and then to go back to like, okay, if that's the fact, then like, you know, who started staging and who started propaganda? All of that, question. By the way, is in our United States Constitution, and they talk about who started propaganda and what party was really involved and how they were involved throughout history. And it really starts to make sense when you look at it now and you start seeing everything and all the celebrities, how they interact with communities and da-da-da-da-da. And you really connect the dots, and this is how it's always been happening. You look at other celebrities from old Hollywood and all this and how they interact with politicians. It's just all propaganda. It's all distraction. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I ain't on that whole like,
I know exactly what you mean.
But at the same time, it's like,
back into what she says. It's the multifacetedness, and that's why I'm saying where I could say like, oh, how black people should mobilize and do this, and then when I get home, I'm bumping how 3 niggas got killed.
Yeah,
facts.
By like,
But is that because of like the way like? That's the thing. It's like there's a thing in this book right here. I got Evolve Your Brain. It talks about just like different things
Bro,
about.
Library. Can I get a card, bro?
Well, I've been reading a lot.
Card,
Yo, 2020, no cap. I read like.
Yeah, I read a lot. 2022.
But it really is crazy.
The leaders are the readers.
Right. Facts. Shit, man.
I don't read, but I'm a leader though.
Yeah, no cap.
Leading
There's
and
all
chatting.
kinds of ways.
Leading and chatting.
Same with your mother.
But basically, what I'm trying to say
your
is,
mother
like,
leads in chatting.
There's so many ways that we get pleasure from pain.
Yeah.
And so like being
Even
a culture
artists,
of pain
yeah.
and just always being, we almost like objectify ourselves to like and sexualize ourselves to that. But it's because we've been programmed that shit, you know what I'm saying? From the jump, we've been programmed to like pain, but it's also just because we the toughest. We've just been tricked to be even tougher. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a sick way. But it's also like we're also the most creative and all that shit. Anyway.
Yo, Chi, when you coming back? When you coming back, man?
Yeah, as soon as possible.
No, we would really love to have you. This was a dope conversation. Damn. Yeah. I don't even want to end this, but we gotta end it.
We gotta end it though.
I know, but of course we're gonna
talk more. I didn't even check
more.
the time. It's probably
we've been chatting, bro. But it's
so good to talk to y'all. Like I'm for real, like.
And don't worry, once the camera's off, we're gonna talk some more. But yo, thank you so much for coming out, all the way from Brooklyn, but even farther than that, you all the way from Nebraska, Omaha. Stand up.
Nebraska.
That's right. Hey, you funny for saying it like that. That's why, because you said Nebraska like that. Watch him out.
So Chi, I know you came out here to New York to come after your dreams and chase the bag and everything. But how important is it to you to make sure you go back to the community and do what you got to do?
That's an amazing question. I believe it's a one take Jake thing. It's two birds and one stone. It's the same peas in a pot. So when I get the success is when my community is thriving. Also, by the way, not only am I from North Omaha, I'm Nigerian and my whole family is in Nigeria. Ooh. NSARS, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Igbo, we in this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Biafra, stand up. That's right. That's OG shit right there. So what I'm saying is though, it's like we all going through it. And when everybody's shining is when I really feel like I shine. But as much as I'm gonna in this human capacity as I can, I'm gonna put as much forward as I can and do what I can.
And a lot of creatives don't even understand the importance of sometimes having to leave your community to actually have something to bring back to your community. You know what I mean? So I think that's so dope. Again, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Yo, everybody, thank you so much for checking us out. Episode 31. Make sure you guys check out Chi. Do your shameless plugs again. Yeah, so
www.onlypeace.us. Yeah, or you can check me out at Chikadibia, and I don't expect you to know how to spell that. So www.onlypeace.us.
Yes.
Chikadibia.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all soon. What we going out to?
Zayski.
Oh my God.
Hey,
the Bori.
I want to see my dog.
I love that song. Why am I saying that? I love Bori.
Yo,
make sure y'all check out Hotels by Jasmine Sullivan.
Hey.
It's all the way up.